Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host Sree Iyer. After a brief hiatus, Dr. Prakasarao Velagapudi of GHHF Global Hindu Heritage Foundation joins me as we talk about the recent events that are taking place in Tirupati and elsewhere in Andhra Pradesh. Is there cause for concern? Yes. And why is it? We will tell you, and also what are the remedies. Here we go. Let's meet Dr. Prakasarao Velagapudi garu. Namaskaram andi, bagunara?
I'm so glad, Andy. After a couple of months, I am returning, and a lot of things are happening back in Bharat, especially around Tirupati. I think we need to protect Tirupati as well as Bharat. So let us do whatever views we have. Let us express our concerns and see if we can find some solution in such a way we can protect our Bharat Mata and Sanatan Dharma.
Yes, indeed. And last time you came on our channel, Dr. Garu, you had talked about Mumtaz. This was a 5-star hotel, and luckily or unluckily, or thanks to a lot of the pushing and efforts and a lot of dharnas and other things, we're going to quickly walk you through what happened there. Finally, the Chief Minister said, no more 5-star hotel there. But this is not the only thing. There are many other concerns also. We have, viewers, for you a small slide deck that we'll be talking to you, walking you through all the different things that's happening. The big concern that all Sanatanis have, and you should have it too. So this is what we're going to talk about today. We're going to start a slide deck. A small request to all of you to please like this video, and if you have not already subscribed to PGurus channel, please subscribe, and also please follow GHHF Global Hindu Heritage Foundation. Dr. Garu is doing human service. He has got the Guinness Book of World Records for the simultaneous chanting of Bhagavad Gita in Plano, Texas. This happened some years ago. Congratulations, sir. This is something out of the world. How many children are learning Bhagavad Gita, how to chant recite all the things? It's a wonderful temple. I've been there. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. If you happen to be in Dallas area, do go to that temple. Anyway, there's all this stuff. He is an indefatigable warrior. Dr. Prakasarao garu, he is so connected, and he is traveling even at his young age of 80 plus. I don't want to tell you the exact age. He's 80 plus. He's very young though, at heart and mind and soul and body. So, sir, let's take a quick look at what happened in the Mumtaz case, and then what other challenges are in front of us. Here we go. I'm going to yield the floor to you. You can start.
Yeah. You see, today we are going to talk about different topics affecting Tirupati and Bharat. So first of all, Mumtaz Hotel controversy. It started about 3-4 months ago. Since that time, so many people have actually demonstrated, and this Mumtaz Hotel was given to Oberoi in groups by Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu, and it is actually at the foothills of the 7 hills. I mean, it's just next to it. So many people are concerned about it, and in the previous government, that is Jagan's government, they actually allotted them 20 acres of land out of 38 acres given to Devlok. And many people realized that it is not going to maintain the sanctity of our temple. So that's the reason they wanted to make sure that it is protected. And this is a luxury hotel, and with close to 100 outfits, and serving all kinds of meat, many things. I mean, we all know what that 5-star hotels are. Swimming pool will be there, and massage parlors will be there, meat will be there, drinking will be there, smoking will be, all kinds of things will be there, which we do not think serves the purpose of maintaining the sanctity. So many people actually protested, and in fact, B.R. Naidu, who is the chairman of TTD, actually he has written a letter to Chandrababu Naidu asking him to cancel that one. Global Hindu Heritage Foundation has written, and then TODA has written, and many organizations, they have written the letters asking him to cancel it. And then there are many protests. In fact, there is a backlash from many organizations, and you will also see a hunger strike actually conducted by many Swamijis, including the Andhra Pradesh Sadhu Parishad president, Srinivasananda Saraswati Swami Garu. And so at least, we all reached a point where Chandrababu Naidu decided that he should cancel this particular project because of the intensity of feelings, intensity of passion many people have expressed over the months, and relentless. I have written at least about 10 letters to Chief Minister, Pawan Kalyan, and board members and collectors, you name it. So I have actually published a book containing about 50 letters that I have written over the years. And even though it is not related to it, I wanted to mention to you that we will never sleep until we try to express our opinion to see that the sanctity of Tirupati is maintained. And finally, Chandrababu Naidu Garu yielded, and then he cancelled the project, asserting that private commercialization and all that will not be around it. And he told the this Mumtaz Hotel, he will find a location later on. But my request is, Mumtaz Hotel should not be within at least 25 to 30 kilometers. Nothing, no commercial actually project should be done within that period. At the same time, there is also concern that we all have as to how much sanctity may be ruined by some of these things. Even though he may have cancelled, we request him not to do it across the street or near the temple. At least 25-30 kilometers away from it should be given. Then after the Mumtaz Hotel is cancelled and agreed, then Chandrababu Naidu actually approved Lulu Mall in Tirupati, and that is a major concern because we know what Lulu Mall does. They have a big outfit, many Lulu malls all across India. In Andhra itself, Chandrababu Naidu approved 3 of them, one in Vijayawada, one in Visakhapatnam, and the other one is in Tirupati. If we know what Lulu Mall is all about, it is really scary, and we have to really spend a lot of time to see how we can see that it is either extended to a longer distance or probably cancel it. One thing is, why should all these Lulu malls should be within the purview or within the near the temples? See, this is the major problem that we have. All these malls are, wherever major temples are, they are approving the Lulu malls in those cities. There is Annavaram also they have, Visakhapatnam also they have. At least there should be at least 25 to 30 kilometers from the major temple. They should not be within that distance. Not only that one, we have, all Hindus have a responsibility to protect the sanctity of Balaji, and we have to think through and say, just like Makkah and Vatican, we want to make sure that Tirupati will also be declared as a Punya Kshetra in the same lines. That means within a certain distance, 35-40 kilometers, there should not be any other religious activity going on, and we want to see that Hindu customs and traditions and the temples, they are maintained. Because N.T. Ramarao in 1987, he mentioned he wanted to make sure Tirumala, Tirupati, Tiruchanur should be declared as Punya Kshetra. That means within that area, it could be 30-40 kilometers. There should not be any other religious activities and commercialization, and which will ruin the sanctity of our temple. Now, we can say there are so many other temples are already there. There are other religious temples, and we can also say there are many hotels which serve meat, beef, all these things. How can we actually declare it as a Punya Kshetra? We all, if we have determination, passion, and desire to maintain the sanctity of Tirupati, we will be able to do it. The reason is, whenever we build any airports, you acquire all the property and you pay the whatever the standard fees payment, and then ask them to move out, so that way they will go beyond the limits and then build their own hotels, whatever they want to build it. So similar line, we want to make sure in Tirupati, whatever we have today, we should be able to negotiate with all these commercial outfits, commercial organizations, and the shops, and even the religious institutions, and see that all these things are removed. It is not the money, because TTD has enough money to buy out all these people. If we are serious, if we really want to protect Sanatan Dharma, if we want to keep Tirupati as a sanctified place with sanctity, we should be able to understand and then try to come up with some solution to see that it is protected. If Lola Mall comes, there will be so many families, Muslim families will be moving into Tirupati, because according to the history of all the Lulu malls, so usually the Lulu Mall employs 2/3 of them Muslims and 1/3 Hindu girls. So that mall becomes a love jihad. All kinds of problems will be there. The parents will be in a different situation, and the girls will experience a lot of stress, and they cannot get out because they need the money in order to survive. So this is the pattern that we have seen over the years with these Lulu malls. So that means if you give within certain distance, many Muslim families will move. The whole topography, geography of Tirupati will change. And once it is changed, if a Muslim gets elected as a mayor in Tirupati, what do you think it will happen? He is going to change the curriculum. He is going to change all the names of everything else. And then he will make sure that Sharia law is imposed, the curriculum is changed, and basically it is an attack on Tirupati and Balaji temple and all the prayers they play. You know that what they play. They say there is no God other than Allah. So that means Balaji will not be considered as God as per them. So it is the responsibility and dharma of every Hindu to realize what might happen if all these Muslim organizations come within the city limits or the limits of Tirupati, that is Punyakshetra. It's not that we don't want them. There is so much place all across Andhra Pradesh. You can ask them to, Chief Minister ask them to give whatever property they wanted to give or start whatever commercial organizations he wants to start. He can always start anywhere. Why he is interested in bringing all these people to temple towns? That is the question all of us have to ask. And ask the Chief Minister and then Deputy Chief Minister, why do they have to bring all these commercial outfits very close to the temple? So that's the reason we say that we request Chandrababu Naidu to make sure this Mumtaz Hotel and Lulu Mall will not come within at least 70 to 80 kilometers. So that way the sanctity of Tirupati will be maintained. And then coming to all the atrocities, as we mentioned, the topic of our thing.
So one small observation, Prakasarao Garu. See, the standard explanation given will be, the Chief Minister will say, look, these are all growing cities, they have growing needs, a mall will create more prosperity, there will be trickle-down effect, it creates jobs. Like we agree that it's going to create jobs. That's not the problem. It is the type of job, the type of other stresses and pressures that come along with it. That is the problem. I'll give you an example, viewers. Can you imagine even a small Ganapati temple 1 kilometer or half a kilometer from Mecca Masjid? Do you think the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia will allow it? Do you think the Vatican will allow it? Vatican is a walled city. You can't even get inside unless you have you adhere to some of their requirements.
Yeah.
So point I'm trying to make is you have one rule for yourself, but then you want to have the Hindus act very secular and do all this nonsense. Prakasarao Garu, I'm telling you, go to some of the temples in Tamil Nadu, Madurai, Trichy, Srirangam, everywhere there is proliferation of churches and mosques very close to the temples. In Tamil Nadu, there are 80,000 temples, 40,000 temples are under HRC, the other 40,000 are just wasting away. But my point is that so many yards you will see a mosque or a church. There are 4 gopurams in Madurai. You can see from there the mosque and the church spire. How did suddenly all these people become Christians and Muslims? Nobody. But these people go and bid. This is again connivance of politicians who are just completely dependent on their vote, because these people vote as a community, as a bank. These people think that they can have pressure. Look, law of the land is the same for everyone. Chandrababu Naidu Garu has to make a point, make it an exemplary thing. Tirupati is the equivalent of Vatican. It is the equivalent of Makkah. No compromises.
Yes.
You can do commercial business elsewhere. There are hundreds of cities growing. Let them grow, put malls everywhere else. We don't care. As long as you obey by the law of the land. And also this thing, what you said, sir, should be investigated. How is it that 2/3 of the employees are Muslims, that too boys, and how is it that 1/3 are girls and they are all Hindu girls? You should have a proper mix. Anyway, this is just one matter. So let's go to the bigger picture. Chandrababu Naidu is beginning to start showing the same kind of tendencies like pandering to minorities, which perhaps is a surprise to at least me. I thought he was much more smarter. He was more using his brain, that his ability and capacity to attract people, that he would do a better job. I really find this thing disturbing. Over to you, sir. You can talk about what is going on.
You see, I think as you can see, just a few days ago, he attended the iftar dinner in Vijayawada with many Muslim families. So basically, even in his previous administration, that is 4 or 5 years ago, so he actually even approved Hajj houses. So Muslim houses, he built those things. And then he also approved one in Amravati in the previous time. And it was discontinued for some time. And now he came back and then he is trying to finish that house, Hajj house. So he is pandering to the Muslims left and right. And he has no interest in preserving Sanatan Dharma or anything, because when you attend iftar and look at the prayer, how can you sit there knowing Balaji is our Kaliyuga Devata? He is the Almighty, which we believe so many centuries, and you also go. So Chandrababu Naidu goes very often, and he also says he saved his life also. And with that kind of mindset, you will go to iftar, and then you will say that there is no God but Allah. If you listen to that one saying that there is no God but Allah, being the chairman and being the custodian of TTD, how can we reconcile these two things? So that means Balaji is nothing for him. He is only for voting politics. He is basically coming to the temple, doing doing this worship, giving vastrams, and then go take his grandson and then try to provide meals. These are all basically a political stunt rather than real belief in Venkateswara Swami, the way I see it, because anybody who says Allah is greater than God, any other God, so how can he reconcile it? Somebody has to answer this one for me, because that is what the prayer is all about. At the same time, this pandering of Muslims is continuing in administration, in Chandrababu Naidu administration. So he is actually reserving 4% of the jobs to the Muslims, even though it is unconstitutional, because it is a secular country. It is a secular constitution. If it is a secular constitution, why should you give certain percentage of employment to a particular religion? So let us think through, what is it? Even though you may like somebody because he's a good administrator, all that, we don't contest any of those things. When it comes to preserving Sanatan Dharma, protecting the temples, Andhra government is doing its job. That's all we are concerned here. Whether they are actually taking care of the temples. Now, how come they don't take over the mosques and churches? Because of what bank politics. It's very simple. But we Hindus have to be aware of the fact that Muslims are being treated differently and pandered. And look at some of the incidents that are happening. Even if Muslims have done some damage to Hindus, they will not charge anything against Muslims. We will give you a few instances where the Muslims attacked Hindus, attacked Hindu temples, and attacked Hindu devotees, but no action has been taken by Andhra Pradesh government. In addition to it, police also joined the ranks of all the politicians, and they are not doing any justice. They are only have become puppets in the hands of the politicians. Whatever the politician says, they will listen to it. They have no respect for the law and order in Andhra Pradesh. So let us look at some of the things that I'm talking about. There is a place called Pedana town near Vachilipatnam, and there is Muslims have attacked many people because they wanted to Muslims wanted to tie the flag, Islamic flag, and flexi to the Shiva temple. It is Ganesh Chaturthi time, and they wanted to just to exercise their right kind of thing, and they went and then they wanted to do it, where Hindus protested it, then they left. By 3 o'clock, by 2 o'clock in the midnight, they come and attack. Almost 300 people came and attacked the Hindus. Okay. As of now, there is nobody arrested and nothing has happened. We don't know how long they will keep it going. So this is in one city. They attacked it. Police have not taken any action so far. Then if you look at in Raichur, at least 3-4 incidents happened over the last 3 months. In December, they attacked Ayyappa devotees because they were going in a bus singing Ayyappa Bhajans. So the Muslims thought it is too loud and it is insulting for them. So they attacked Ayyappa devotees. And the next incident happened in March, so where they wanted to, where there is a temple, Veerabhadraswamy temple. They actually have done pujas, and usually every year they go for a procession after the puja. When they were going on the procession, so they thought all their bhajans and their singing was disturbing to them, so they attacked all these Hindus who were going in a procession. And police were also attacked. There are 2-3 police. But the ironic thing is, the police actually filed cases against Hindus rather than charging the Muslims for the attack. The police people actually filed cases against Hindus. I mean, this is the sad story. No matter wherever you go, Hindus have no rights. They have to be submissive. They actually do not even exist to a large extent among many of these politicians, because vote bank politics is the most important thing. It is their name, fame, money, position. That's all they are interested. There is no law, there is no dharma in a country where we feel dharmic attitudes will prevail, survived for so many centuries because of our dharma. So now they have no relevance to any of these things except the practical thing, except their own positions. So Ayyappa devotees were attacked like that one. And then this Veerabhadra Swami, their devotees were also attacked. And after they attacked and filed cases, funny part is the police department issued a notice to all the Hindus saying they should not do bhajans outside their houses when Muslims are doing namaz. Is it a Muslim country? Is it a secular country? So when it is a secular country, you have one set of rules for one religion and you have another set of rules for another religion. You do not treat all the religions same. You do not treat the attacks in the same way. And no matter who attacks, always Hindus are the culprits. That is the tendency of the politicians at this particular time. And all Hindus have to come up to a situation where they will realize their days are numbered, and if Muslims become majority, or if Muslims even become even 2/3 of the population, Hindus will be against the wall. They do not have any rights because of the unity that they have, which we don't have. Whenever Hindus realize their lives are in danger and get united, that is the only way that Hindus can survive in Bharat. I think let us remember what is the danger that we are facing today. And then you will also see in another city, that is Madanapalli, a devotee, one of the devotees was attacked by Muslim because this particular devotee, he asked the Muslim gentleman to remove two-wheeler vehicle because it is in the way to go to a particular place. Then he attacked that person. And then all of a sudden, you will see a lot of other people also come and attack it. And then the police came. And then police, instead of arresting him, he said, please apologize to him so we won't charge you. So he apologized and so he walked away. And this Hindu guy, so he was beaten up, so he has no recourse. So the police department, as well as the government, they are in bed with Muslims and they are trying to please them rather than enforce the law. And
the irony is, this is an NDA government in place. There are BJP MLAs also.
Yes.
What are you guys doing? What is going on? We are really aghast.
Yeah. And one more thing, and about the reservations that we mentioned, I think when somebody asked, how come you are giving some reservations to Muslims, Nara Lokesh, actually he said, this reservation is for social justice. That means they are trying to provide that one to improve the lives of the Muslims. That is what, according to Nara Lokesh. You see, how long you are going to support a particular group when that group do not even do their own, take their own responsibility seriously. When you have poor people in a particular group, you can improve them if you know what your income is all about, per capita income. So when you are providing all the facilities, what incentive would they have even to work? And they have 6, 7 children. No matter how much you give, it will never be sufficient. They will always be in the poor category. You always keep giving money to these people. When will it end? How long you are going to support? But are the poor people are not in other categories, in other religions? They are not in Hindu religion. There are many, many people like that one. And you don't care for all these Hindus who are in low income level. If you go to villages, you will be able to see in what condition many Hindus live. You only interested in vote bank politics, only for vote, you will go to villages and then ask them and make them feel proud of it. Once you get elected, Hindus are non-existent. Only Muslims and other religious people will be given all the preferences, and they build all the houses, Hajj houses, Christian houses, everything else. And there is no, how many houses? Not only that one, he also actually increased the salary of imams from 5,000 to 10,000 and Mauzan from 5,000 rupees. So look at it. So why you have to increase it? If you look at our Hindu priests, they don't even get paid. And there is one gentleman in Srikakulam. Yesterday I saw that one. He worked for 35 years and he is not receiving his salary for the last 18 months. He has written so many letters. He met so many people. He did not even have money for the last 16 to 18 months. Then he decided to retire. He didn't know what to do. The endowment department is basically taking money from the Hindu temples and using it for other religious purposes. They are not using it for the purpose it is intended for. It is a Hindu temple money. You should use it only for Hindus, not give salaries for other religions and all that. If you are giving government money, make sure all the religions, irrespective of the religions, you give that money to everybody rather than isolating one particular religion and then give the benefits to those people. So let us make sure that all these politicians will listen and pay attention to it. I hope there will be some consciousness at one time or the other. I hope it will prick them. I hope they will realize whatever we are doing, we have become so selfish to the core. We have to do something good for the country rather than promoting a particular religion. Then finally, so Chandrababu Naidu actually elected one of the gentleman, Abdul Aziz, as a Waqf board chairman. And so he knows him for a long time. And it's not the question of abolishing the board, abolishing the membership of the board in the last administration that was appointed. Now he is going to appoint a new board consisting of so many people. Now, so he also promised the Waqf board, he will make sure that the properties of Waqf board are protected. Did he say, except last 10 days ago, he mentioned that he will ask B.R. Naidu Garu to see that our temple lands are protected and identify all those things. Till this time, he never did anything like that one. Because he is going to talk about this Waqf board properties as a prelude. He mentioned that, B.R. Naidu Garu, please look at all the temple lands and see how we can protect them. So basically, temple lands have been occupied by government so many years. I request all of them, not just only the recent ones, go back to last 30, 40 years and see how many temple lands have been occupied or usurped by different people and the government, and see that it is recovered. Only because he had to promise Waqf board saying that he will protect the properties of Waqf board. So he, as a trade-off, he is saying it to Hindu temple lands. Otherwise, I don't think he would have said it. I may be a little off in saying certain things, but if you go back and look at the history of all the administrations of the 4 administrations, Chandrababu Naidu Garu is not what we think he is when it comes to Hinduism. As an administrator, as an architect, as a visionary, there is no question about that one. Only when it comes to Hinduism, everybody has to watch and see what he is doing. And that is what I request all of you. First of all, this Muslim appeasement has to be stopped. And in the same way, if you look at it right now, in Tirupati, how many churches and how many mosques are built illegally? Do you know? Not a single church was given permission to be built. There are more than 100 churches. In the same way, there are a number of mosques that were also built with no permission. Even the government knows about it. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to enforce the law. The law does not apply to Muslims and the Christians. It only applies to Hindus. Whenever there is development is going on, when the new roads are constructed, when the new airports are constructed, only Hindu temples will be destroyed. We will find a way go around the mosques and churches. We'll make sure they remain as they are, but make sure all the Hindu temples are demolished, as we have seen around 2019, about 44 temples destroyed in Vijayawada. I think we all have to remember the past a little bit, because if we do not learn from the history, we are condemned to repeat it. And if we don't question now, they are going to take it as if it is their license to destroy Hinduism, because only Hindus are not united, and this kind of disunity among Hindus is giving more courage for the politicians to exploit us. I request all the Hindus to open their eyes, see objectively. If you think I am biased, that's fine. We can have a discussion. Objectively look at it. Did they ever destroy any temples? And did they destroy any mosques and churches? Look at the proportion. So that is where we all have to come up and then see that justice is done for all of us. We are not asking only you do justice only for the Hindus. That is not our customs. That is not our dharma. We are open-minded. We always look at, whenever we pray for everybody. We don't just pray for Hindus only, unlike other two religions. Let's open up our minds. Let us think through. Let us reason it. Be rational. Be dharmic. Think first. And be rational. Don't be blinded by all the talk of other people and then come to the conclusion, well, we are all same. That is the most disastrous statement you can say, that all the religions are same. They are not. And they say it openly. We are the only one who says all the religions are same. Tell me one Muslim Christian saying that all religions are same. You never see that. I think I mentioned before also, Dayananda Saraswati Garu spent 10 years having this multi-diversity or multi-faith conferences for 10 years. After 10 years, he wanted to pass one simple resolution with 4 words. So those 4 words are, we respect all religions. That's all. He wanted to make sure all the religious people, religious leaders, will agree to that particular statement. We respect all religions. Muslims and the Christian leaders in the meeting, they said, please, we do not respect your religion. Get lost. We don't pass this resolution. Where are you Hindus? Why you are thinking all religions are same? You want to escape from your responsibility? If you want to escape, one day you are going to pay dearly. Not only you are making everybody to pay dearly. Because we are not taking the ownership of our dharma. Our dharma is very broad. We never insinuate anybody. We never attack anybody. We don't criticize anybody for their beliefs. But can you expect the same thing from other religions? First, Hindus must wake up. Only then there is a solution for Bharat. Jai Sri Ram.
Lot of food for thought, and surprisingly, this is an NDA coalition government, and that's what rankles. They need to understand that the law is the same for everyone, and I hope that speedy action takes place, especially on those incidents that we have highlighted. Dr. Prakasarao Garu, thank you so much for taking your valuable time to highlight all these things. I'm sure in these cases also action will be taken and will be taken soon. Namaskar.
Namaskar. Namaskar. Thank you so much.